Hey, what's up, YouTube? Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Now, we're going to get into the best of an era, Shakur Stevenson. Now, what you're looking in these three photos is three butt kickings by the best of an era in each generation. You got Floyd Mayweather, who absolutely dominated his generation. You got Terence Crawford, who did the same and beat arguably the best fighter that we thought he could face and made it look easy. And then we got Shakur Stevenson, who just pummels and beats down every opponent, not giving them even a chance, leaving fear in the hearts and the promoters and the fighters, leaving doubt as to whether or not they want to risk it, their career having an L if they face Shakur Stevenson. Now, Shakur Stevenson, when everything's said and done, will be known as the best fighter of this generation. You got Gervonta Tank Davis, you got Devin Haney, you got Teofimo Lopez. We're not even going to mention Ryan Garcia. Oh, wait, I just did. But he's not even a factor. So, Shakur Stevenson, he's going to go on an absolute rampage, handing out L's as he goes along to whoever gets inside the ring with him, whether they're an elite fighter, whether they're just a really great fighter coming up trying to make a name for themselves. Shakur Stevenson got something for all of them. And it's not going to be something that looks good. It's going to be a nice big fat L on their resume. And it's not going to be a close match neither when they look back on it and say, if you lost and maybe you did a great job when you lost, and it's not going to look like that neither. Because Shakur Stevenson is going to beat them so bad, it's going to look just like Errol Spence right there when everyone thought he was going to do great. But Mr. Lightning kept telling you, it's not going to be a close match. Terence Crawford's built different. He's too smooth for Errol Spence. And what happened? I even called the exact round, the 9th round. Man, somebody could have came up off of that, actually. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he beats Gervonta Tank Davis. And I'd say he could either win by decision or by KO. Now, people say, Gervonta Tank Davis could knock him out. Now, I hope they realize Shakur Stevenson has the best defense in the entire sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis, he couldn't even get Pitbull Cruz out of there. Shakur Stevenson would have completely dominated him. You got guys that gave Gervonta Tank Davis a lot of trouble. You got Leo Santa Cruz, who was piecing him up before the KO. You got Mario Barrios, who was landing his punches on him. You got a guy like Rolly Romero, who shouldn't be landing any punches on an elite fighter, who claims to have these elite skills. Rolly Romero goes in there, and he's snapping Gervonta Tank Davis's head back as if it was some reflex bag inside of his own gym. And then sure, Gervonta Tank Davis sets up the beautiful knockout and sends Rolly flying almost through the ropes, which is exactly what I predicted, actually. Now, having said all that, Shakur Stevenson would have performed much better in all those matches. He would have dominated Rolly, destroyed Ryan Garcia, which, Tank Davis had already done that, so we can't knock him for the Ryan match. But the matches in which he had struggled, Shakur Stevenson wouldn't. He would have got those guys out of there, made it look easy, and made it rain punches on them, and not receive so many blows to the head as Gervonta Tank Davis had in those matches. Now, then you got a guy like Devin Haney. He purposely moved up to 140 pounds just as Shakur Stevenson is calling him out. And then you got his defenders out here saying, well, he was getting too big, this is that. You think it's just a coincidence that the best fighter comes up to the division. You got a guy staying there for years. He's staying there as long as he wants to. Then you got another guy coming into the division that just so happens to be the best fighter, has the best plus minus in the entire league, and everyone is well aware of his reputation as being able to win matches. And then all of a sudden now you feel that's the right time to leave and go to 140. To me, that's can't be considered a coincidence. It's a duck. Now, if Devin Haney gets inside the ring with Shakur Stevenson, I believe Shakur Stevenson actually stops Devin Haney after a severe pummeling. Now, what do y'all think about this?